Hi YouTube, it's Jeannie with VSG in Norway, and I am home again, as you can see, and I wanted to come with what I'm going to try to make a really quick update. I can't promise anything. There's a lot to talk about. I'd posted a couple videos from the hospital, both before surgery and after, and I'm now on day 3, and so I just wanted to go really quickly through anything, just in case anyone's wondering, and just to help me remember it when I've sort of forgotten it, sort of like childbirth in a few months. It actually went pretty well, the surgery. I was taken down a little bit earlier than I expected, so I kind of just had to jump into the bed and get wheeled down, and so it was about 9:15, and I remember that it was a really nice anesthesiologist who was there, who was talking to me and telling me, okay, this is the operation room, and the first girl, she's waking up right now. She's going to go ahead and get up and move to her bed, and then we're going to take you in. And I think they wheeled my bed in a little bit, and then at some point I got up and walked over, and actually turned around and sat down on this big, huge beanbag bed, basically. And I remember they strapped in my legs and they strapped in my arms, and he was saying to me, "This is just for your safety that we're going to strap your arms and your legs now." And because I remember that was the one thing that they had said at the meeting, was that we are standing, or at least our bodies are in raised position during the surgery, so that the doctors can more easily get into what they need to get into. So I remember, like, really vaguely, I remember he kept telling me, he was giving me, okay, now I'm going to give you even some more medicine to help you relax, and medicine to help you relax, and that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden it just, the next thing I know, I know that I walked from the surgery, from the operation board to my bed, but I can't remember that at all. I just know it because they told me that everyone does that. And I remember being in the recovery room. Like, I'm pretty sure that I got like a blood thinner shot in the recovery room. But basically I was just like, they said, you need to wake up, and I just like lifted up my shirt and they gave me a shot, and then I just rolled back over again and went to sleep. So the first day was the hardest day. I was nauseous for about 14 hours and just so tired. And the first time they came in to check, my oxygen was a little bit low, so they gave me some oxygen while I was laying in bed, through my nose, and I had that for maybe about a half a day or something. And the next time it was pretty good, and so we were able to just kind of turn it off. And the second day was more about the air pain, like up underneath this side, which I don't know what it looks like. It's my right side. Up underneath my right shoulder blade, or clavicle, or whatever you would say, there was a lot of pain, and it made it really hard to lay back. So I remember the second day in the hospital being a lot of like sitting and walking and rocking back and forth and that kind of thing. And that day, the day after operation day, we were supposed to just drink a tiny little amount of water, and I was taking like the most careful sips you've ever seen, and just like basically getting my lips wet. And then they finally said, okay, this is 3 deciliters. You need to have 2 of these cups a day, or 2 of these cups today. And so I ended up doing that, and that was fine. It went fine. I had a lot of acid reflux at the time, and then the next day was the day I came home. I got picked up in the afternoon, and by my father-in-law, and came home, and I feel like every day has been better and better than the last. Yesterday, I was supposed to drink a liter of water, and I think I almost got in about a liter of water, and I even got a little bit of protein, because I have these, what are they called? They're called New Way, WHEY, skinny liquid protein, or something like that. I got them at GNC, and they're clear fruit punch flavored protein, which is 15 grams for 2 ounces. And they just taste like fruit punch, and they were really good. So I actually started that yesterday. I had 2 of those to get a whole bunch of protein in, just get things rolling. And today, now that I'm home, I am on the first of a 1-week liquid diet. which according to the hospital, what they want me to have is they want me to have one of these little like compact protein drinks every day, which I think the ones that I have about like 18 grams of protein for the whole little bottle of like 125 milliliters. And then they want us to have 5 deciliters of like a low-fat dairy, and it actually says you can choose yogurt, but I don't think I'm going to push yogurt today. But it says milk and things like that, and it says 2 to 4 deciliters of juice, which I don't usually drink juice, so I don't think I'm going to try any juice today. And it says 2 to 3 deciliters of soup spread over 2 meals. Now, I'm not really sure. It kind of sounds good to try like maybe some bouillon or something, so I might just try something like that. And let's see. Yeah, so that's their recommendation for the next 7 days. And they say between 1.5 to 3 liters of fluid total, and that counts everything that you have. Oh, and you're also allowed to have tea and that kind of thing, anything that's a calorie-free drink. So I have a little tiny bit of chamomile and lavender tea in this mug that my beautiful 3-year-old daughter made all by herself. Isn't it lovely? Oh, yes. And that's almost getting cold now. So I find it's easier to drink warm than cold right now, for me at least, because when I drink cold, I feel it bubble up really quickly. But I'm finding that when I drink something that's warm enough, it actually seems to sit okay in my stomach. The acid is much better. I'm taking something called Lanzo Melt, which I'm not sure what it would be in America, but it's like basically a chewable Nexium or something like that. And I'm taking one of those a day for 2 weeks before we go over to something called Somac, which I think is also the same thing. But that's a pill that you can swallow. And what else? I've taken some chewable vitamins today, chewable probiotics. I crushed up my thyroid medicine, so that's the first time I've had that since surgery. Vitamin D. So I've actually had I've just thrown myself into quite a lot of things now. And yeah, so my weight on surgery day was 117, and I'm going to go ahead and say that my current weight today is 118 because it is a little bit up, probably because a lot of the weight that you lose in that 3-week craziness fest is water weight, unfortunately. And so when you've gotten such good water in the hospital, that weight gets back up. But I'm really feeling a lot better, 100% better every day that goes by. And at this point now, I don't have too much ear pain. I don't have too much heartburn. But basically, when I drink something, especially if it's something cold, I'll swallow like maybe a small swallow and another swallow, and then I'll kind of just have to rock a little bit or like walk a little bit around, and then I'll just sort of feel like this little bubble of air come up, and if I just open my mouth, it just comes out like, and then that's it. And so, and I talked to someone who's done this, and she said, that's normal at this stage, and it gets better because my stomach has this huge sore on it right now, this huge, cut with staples, and it's trying to deal with that. And so, yeah. So the thing that's the scariest is just drinking, because I know it's safe to drink. I don't think I'm gonna, burst my stomach or anything, but I don't feel full at all. Like I haven't felt full since before surgery. I haven't felt what that feels like. So I'm a little afraid to feel full, because does that mean that I pushed it too far? So, yeah. I just wanted to thank you so much for everyone. I decided to be really open and honest about this surgery because I think it's important that people start knowing what kind of possibilities are out there for people like me who are overweight and feel like they need help. And I think it's also a way of being held accountable, and also just something I can go back to and remind myself of how far I've come. So yeah, so thank you so much if you're still watching, and it's very awesome to have so much support online. So I'm going to definitely, I'll have a weigh-in on my 1-week surgery, and maybe some pictures if I feel like there's anything to show. I mean, I do look a little bit different than I do in my very first skin flake, but that's because it was a long time ago, because things took a little time actually like starting. So okay, I guess that's enough for now. Thank you guys so much. Love you so much. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Bye.